Welcome to another beautiful moment, another live session of the best live discussion. Quick one. What you do not reflect on, you have not questioned. What you have not questioned, you cannot understand. What you do not understand, you cannot master. And what you have not mastered has power over you. Welcome to the best live discussion. This is going to be an amazing time, and I hope that you would pay attention to learn lessons that would help you to live your best life. If it's your first time tuning into us, just do well to follow, subscribe, or click the like buttons so that you can get more content about our best live discussion every time we have this engagement. All right. Let's get into our discussion for today. Today, we're looking at a very, very important discussion, a very, very important topic that cuts across to every person. I mean, every single person on this planet Earth. And for us to be able to live our best lives, we must be able to take action on this. And what is this? It is called reflection. Reflection. And our topic today is going to be on reflection, the Untapped Resource Bank for better living. Reflection, the Untapped Resource Bank for better living. Many persons are living less of what they should be. Many persons are living very, very far from the life that they should have, right? Many persons are far away from this reality. And for you to come into this reality, you must be able to reflect. You must be able to go back into your old experiences. You must be able to sit down, ask yourself, commune with yourself, and know how far you've gone and what can be done better. When we get deep into the conversation, I'm going to expose to you several things, right? Things like why reflection matters, how to reflect effectively, how powerful reflection questions, recognizing your power and limitations, turning reflection into actions, tools and techniques for reflection, making reflection a habit, and then we'll get to conclude the discussion. But because of our time, we're not going to stick into very few of these things. We're going to pay attention to why reflection matters, how to reflect effectively, and the tools and techniques for reflection, and when you reflect, what do you gain when you get to reflect? All right, we're going to see through all of these things. While the others, if you want to get a full document of all of this discussion, I have this already in a PDF that gives you detailed explanation and guide on how to go about your reflection, get to know about reflection in a very deep way, and then actually get to reflect. It also has action plans on how you can go about your reflection, and you see yourself getting tremendous and amazing results. Right, so let's get into the first why reflection matters. I'm going to bring this into several categories that fit into the life of many persons. All right, one of the fundamental things in life is that you must have a skill. Right, you must be skillful in something. You must be skillful in talking, you must be skillful in dancing, you must be skillful in eating, whatever. As dependent on the kind of life that you want to live, you must be skillful. That is a non-negotiable, right? It is essential that you must be skillful. So because of this, reflection matters in a very, very, very big way. And how does this matter? It matters as regards your skill development improvement. If you have a skill, then you need to really pay attention to reflection. You need to really pay attention to reflection if you have a skill. Because how would your skill improve? How would you know new things in your skill? How would you realize that whatever you're doing before is out of date, or it's very much limited? How would you add new styles and new techniques into your skill, and all of that? Right? There are so many things, 1001, and a lot of things we can't even number. Right? That you need to reflect on for your skill to develop. If you're out there and your skill has been on a particular point for a very long time, it means that you are weary of reflection. you have very little reflection going on in your life, and it is not right, it is not good, it is not supposed to be right. You're supposed to reflect effectively, and when you get to reflect as you're supposed to reflect, what happens? You start seeing the result, you start seeing your results come out differently, amazing, transcending, and just beautiful, because you reflect appropriately. All right, so that's one of the reasons why we should reflect. Number two is whatever amount of time, right? I need to reflect and check up to know if this thing is really materializing, if this thing is really bringing out the result that I have longed for it to bring out, right? If it's not, then I have to make a change. If it's not, then there should be a correction. If it's not, something different should happen, right? Very important, right? So if you want to be sure, you want to be very clear that the decisions you're making in your company or your business or even in your organization, right, is profitable to the business, you must get to do it to reflect. The next is personal fulfillment. All right, you've done one. The first, which is skill development, improvement. The second, which is better decision for business profitability. And the third, which is personal fulfillment. All right, there are certain goals, there are certain values that you have for your life, and you have to be sure that the actions you're taking are connected to these goals, values that makes you feel like this life is meaningful and essential to you, right? If these goals and these values are cut off, they are not reached out to, or they're not necessarily connecting to your actions, you are in a very long way far from those goals and values. You are cut off. All right, that life and joy and happiness you're going to get from taking the actions that brings you to those goals and values are not there, and so you are limited. Right, you feel disconnected from yourself, you feel disconnected from the life that you really want to achieve for yourself. All right, so because this, you need to connect your values and your goals with your action, you need to reflect. You have to check out that, okay, these actions I'm taking, these places I'm going, these things that I'm doing, are they in cognizance to the life that I say I want to live? Are they in cognizance to the life that I say I want to walk? Are they in cognizance to the life that I say I will live? If these things are not answered, if you're not clear on these things, then you'll always be taking actions that are really, really far away from you, from the life that you really want. We see a lot of folks out there that are struggling and they're pain and joy or gladness in life. And it seems that same persons would go out to take the same action that brought them where they are. It's a big deal. What is causing this is a lack of reflection. They're not reflecting, they're not checking up. They don't know who they are anymore. They only move by the action, what life blows to them, that's where they go. Right? They're not careful to understand what is happening with them and how they can actually change their course to take the better actions. Right? If man never sat down to understand that, because there's a law of gravity, and for us to be able to fly something, we must understand that law and know how we can tweak that law to help us to be able to do what we need to do. Nobody will be flying anywhere. If man never sat down to understand the law of motion, we won't be able to know how to move, create vehicles and whatever to move in, the way they are moving today, right? Even with the speed that they have, we won't. So it is necessary that what every person gets to do it to reflect. The last reason for reflection is resilience, right? Resilience, so important, really, really important. For you to bounce back, life is going to hit you, life is going to shake you, life is going to surprise you, life is going to bring different things to your life, to your path, right? For you to be able to bounce back, you face difficult moments, difficult situations, difficult engagements, and for you to really bounce back, you must be able to do it, to reflect. And that builds the core of your resilience. It builds the core of your ability to rise up again and to understand what messed up the last time, to understand how to do better and how to move forward. I was going to the documentary of the Navy SEAL and noticed how they operated in the World War II and their strategic movements in those times. But guess what? They made a lot of mistakes. The glasses, the night vision glasses they're using today, they were not using it then, right? The kind of helmets they are using today, they were not using it then. the kind of sophisticated weapons they are using today, they were not using it then. Why? Because they did not know so much. And so the enemies had advantage over them. The enemies knew things that they did not know, right? And so just beyond just these things I called, there are several other things. Operation procedures are also there, right? They didn't have this knowledge then, but over time, every time they go for a mission, they come back, they have to sit down and reflect. What happened during this process? What have we done? Did we what we did, was it good? What gave us a good result? What gave us a bad result? Right? They were able to outline these things, and then they find themselves what a solution moving forward. What are we going to do better moving forward? Right. So this opened them, and they can get a better result today because they reflected. Right. So now, how to reflect effectively? How to reflect effectively? There are several ways you can reflect effectively, but I'll be giving us the 4R models, right? The 4R models, and the first is to recall. To recall, which is what happened. You have to recall, all right? What really happened? You pick a particular thing in your life, you pick a particular event in your life, and ask yourself, what happened? Why did we get this result? Whether it is good or bad, reflection is not always on the bad things, right? For you to tap the resources that you have to think, right? You have to sit down, meditate, and understand. You have to reflect. So it doesn't have to be good or bad. Any of them, it goes, right? What happened? I was able to score 100 this time. How did I score 100? What really happened? What are the things? What are the activities I did that brought me to this place? All right. What are the persons I engaged with that brought me to this place? What are the books I read and the topics that I read that brought me to this place? Right? You have to understand those things. Right? So you have to say, what happened? I got 100. The next is to relate, to connection to goals, values, and past experiences. Right? So when you recall what happened, you now what? You now relate it to to your goals, relate it to your values, relate it to your past experiences. So that's why I say it can be good or bad, right? It is good that you're able to achieve this thing you did is very, very close to your goals. It's very, very close to the values that you really, really appreciate. And ask yourself, how did I get here? How was I able to do this? All right. What brought me this result? Ask yourself that question. It gives you the idea that what, okay, this one thing, two things, three things brought me to this place. All right. So it's important that you do what? That you get to reflect, 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 reflect. The next is to reason. To reason. What factors influence the outcome? What factors influence the outcome? So we recall the event, what happened. We relate, right? That's the connections of these things towards our goal. The relation now gives us if it's a good result or if it's a bad result, right? Then the next is reason. Is what factors influence the outcome? What has happened? And what factors influence the outcome for us to get what we are getting like this, right? The next is to now reconstruct. Is where you take action. So when you ask the question, you don't understand the outcome that came out, and then you now have to reconstruct. What can I do effectively moving forward? What can I add? What can I remove? What can I improve on that's going to get us to the next level, right? This is a very effective way to do what? To effectively reflect. If you can do this for everything that you want to reflect on, come on, you win. Should I say you win 1,000 times now? What you win, right? You got the victory because you can reflect in that order, in that way. So it's very, very important. We're going to see the tools and techniques for reflection. So there are several tools and techniques that you can use. It's going to help you through your reflection process, and they are very, very effective tools and techniques. And I'm very big on them. All right, there are about 3 of them, and I'm going to be sharing them with you. All right, there are the 3 of them. The first is journaling. Very, very important. Journaling is very, very important. There are a lot of folks out there that are not journaling. They are not journaling in any way. All right, they don't have a documentation of their experiences. They don't have a documentation of the programs they get to engage with. They don't have a documentation of the things that they get to do. All right, for you to effectively reflect and get the kind of result that you want to get to, you must do what? You must journal. You must take time. You must have a book. You can get a 40-minute exercise book, all right? Any kind of book. Just a small book, whatever. Start from somewhere. Get a book, and every single day take account of the actions that you've taken. All right, take account of the things that you've been able to do. Take account of the events and the engagement that has gone through this process. All right. For me, I have books for different category of things. Right. For skill micro solutions, I have a book for it. All right. I have a book for my music engagement. I have a book separately for those things. All right. I have a book I also use to also think, that just like a general job that helps me to be able to think thoughts and outline different things. I have this, all right, and this helps me to be able to reflect and know that, okay, I did this yesterday and this thing did not come out very well. Oh, I did this one came out very well. What happened between these two things, and how am I getting varying results? All right, if I can do this, I can move forward. All right. So you need to journal. You need to take inventory of these experiences. Because sometimes you may not even be able to reflect on those things at the moment, but then you come back later and you can have a document of them and you say, okay, this is what happened. All right. And because this happened, it has happened one time, it has happened two times, it has happened three times. You know, this is a pattern. It has been happening like this. So you can now start making you can now start making corrections and making adjustments to get you a better result. Right. So journaling is a very effective tool for reflection, and you should journal. Have a journal from this day. All right. Immediately you're hearing this, go get a journal, because it's setting you apart. It's saving you a lot, a lot, a lot. I'm going to bring in this in the face of reflection, but journaling is a lot of benefits to your life, all right, in several different ways. In short, you even remember better when you journal. All right. You remember better so much when you journal. Right. Journaling helps you to be accountable. It helps you to be accountable for the things that you do. Right. Because by the time you're going through this process, you are seeing the reality of the actions that you've taken. When we are taking certain actions, we're not conscious of those actions while we're doing the things that we're doing at that moment. Right. When you sit down to reflect, you understand the actions that you've taken. That, oh God, this action is not right, it's not good. So then you're even surprised that, is it me that did this thing? All right. You mean I slapped that guy? Wow. So I need to check on my anger issues, right? I need to check on anger, right? So you really need to have a journal to take inventory of engagements, of events of your life, right? That helps you to be able to capture those events and also to make necessary corrections so that you can be able to do better tomorrow, whether good or bad. All right. The next is mind mapping. This is a very brilliant one and a very engaging one. And you don't have to be a professional at doing my mind mapping for you to do mind mapping. All right. The same thing, you can get a book, a sheet of paper, a book, whatever. All right, and do your mind mapping. Mind mapping is basically using uh, connecting your ideas and your experiences through visual diagrams. All right. So maybe you have a particular you have a particular idea and you draw it on a book. All right, and then you trace it to something else. Okay, this idea is going to connect me to this person. This idea is going to connect me to this person. Okay, I need this particular factor to get this particular idea. I need to do this so and so thing to get this particular idea. I need to go to so and so place to get this particular idea. And you draw those lines, you connect the dots in different places. All right. So then through that process, you need to understand the variables that needs to be put in place for you to effectively activate or achieve that idea. That is basically mind mapping, and saves you a lot. The next, which I think is of great importance, that many persons are not doing today, is called meditation. I know you've heard this 1001 times, and come on, it's like the normal things that I say every day. The problem today is not that there is no information, it is that people are not taking actions with the information that is available to them, right? So you'd be among the 99% of persons, humans in this world, that are doing the same thing, facing the same problems, continuing the same process, and not making any change or making any fix in their lives. And certainly you're going to be getting that kind of result that you'd always get because you are not making the time to meditate. Meditation is critical and of great essence, and you can't push it away. Right? Meditation is so important that you must do it for you to get the result that you want to get for your life. The internet is noisy. Every time there's one content, two contents, three contents. Funny enough, some of these content are even they're not healthy for you. Right? You need to meditate. You need to sit down and think. You need to stay in a quiet moment. You need to stay in a quiet place and understand your thoughts. Understand the kind of thoughts that are coming to your head. Right? Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, they even have a very great system to capture you. So for you to set yourself free from those things, you need to sit down and meditate. Right? It is in your hands to make your life happen. It is in your hands to live your best life. Nobody is going to do this thing or make this thing easy for you. You'd have to take the step to rise up. Yeah, we're doing our part here. Definitely, we're trying to make it easy for you. But you have to take a step to rise up to the reality of life. Right? Sit down and meditate. Have a period, have a time, have a session with yourself. 5 minutes, 10 minutes daily, you use to meditate. You don't always have to hear music, all right, when you're washing your clothes. You can you can just wash your clothes without any sound. And while you're washing, different thoughts comes into your mind and you're taking note of those thoughts. Oh, you're trying to evaluate through your mind while you're doing that. I do this a lot, right? And you have to meditate and understand several things. So it's powerful. Do it. All right. Take your time to meditate and understand things. When you are busy with your hands, please be busy with your mind too, through meditation. Right? It helps you to understand deep things that are going on in your life that you're not paying attention to. It helps you to start seeing how the dots connect to the several results that you're finding in your life. And you can be able to make corrections and make a difference. Right? So meditation is very, very important, crazily essential, and you need to have that. So these are the tools and the techniques for reflection so far. Now, what do you actually gain at the end of all of this? Right. So when you reflect, you gain several things. Number one is that you learn from your experiences. Many persons repeat, they have that long life pattern of the same mistake. Right? And they're asking themselves, I've been making this mistake for a long time. I don't know. You, how would you know? You're not taking the time to reflect. Right. You need to sit down and ask yourself those questions. Right. Why is this thing happening to me? Why has it not happened to this person? Why has it not happened to that person? And that's why I started this section by saying that what you do not reflect on, you are not questioned. Right. A very fundamental part of reflection is questioning the norm. What is happening right now? What is happening? What is going on? So anything you question, you get to understand it in depthly. Every time you question something, you get to understand what it is. That's why they tell you don't be scared of asking questions. Don't be scared of asking questions at school, at home, wherever. Don't be scared of asking questions. People may look at you like a fool, but no. By the time you ask those questions, you are stepping forward to do better with your life, to do better with yourself, to do better with everything. The information you're getting is grand, is different. It's transforming. All right. Because what happened? You ask questions. All right, and you become more confident. You know better than the other persons because you've had a new experience by asking questions and reflecting. Now you know better, and so you can be able to take a better action. You can be able to move a better, take a better step, move to a better place, or whatever. Do whatever thing you need to do, but you'll be moving and you'll be acting in a higher dimension, in advantage because you've asked questions. So, question is very essential. So question reflection is done through questioning, and question brings understanding, and understanding brings mastery, right? And mastery does what? Gives you the best life that you want, right? But anything that you cannot master, sorry, that thing is going to control you. Anything that you cannot master is going to control you. And that's why you see books like Master Your Life, right? Because until you get to master and understand what really happens in your life and what pushes or causes the things that happen in your life to happen, you'll be able to know how to live a better life, right? That's why we're teaching these things so that you can be able to master the things that really makes for a better life, so that you can be able to live that better life and be successful, purposeful, happy, and fulfilled. All right. Next, when you reflect, you recognize your strengths and limitations. All right. This is very, very important because you're going to be engaging with a lot of things. You want to understand what is your strength. You want to understand what is your limitation. Where do you have power? All right. And where do you have weaknesses? You know about the SWOT analysis. All right. So this gives you that understanding of what truly you have. All right. You understand your strength. You understand your weaknesses. You understand your opportunities. You understand the threats. All right. And when you have a gaps of these things, you can be able to do better. Some of you have some ideas, so you have some things that are skills to you, and you are still struggling with money issues. You don't have money, right? But you have a skill, and that skill can monetize, but you don't have an idea on how to do that or make that happen. Right? And because you don't have the idea on how to make that happen, you're going to stay just stuck. And 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you're going to still be struggling with the same problem until you understand that, okay, this true reflection is a skill that I have. I can use it to do something. And what you just need to learn is to learn how to monetize it. And when you do, boom, you're hitting good figures that brings you comfort, that brings you joy, and brings you happiness. All right. So this is like it's a powerful foundation. You need to really reflect. You really, really should reflect. Some persons don't know their limitations, and then they get into things that they are not supposed to get into, and those things overwhelm them. Those things pull them down, to weighs them down. It makes them look less of themselves. It makes them feel disheartened. Makes them feel unhappy, or whatever you may call it. All right, they find themselves in that expression, or in that pain, or in that destroyed state, just because they never paid attention to what their limitations are and how to maximize their strengths to be able to overshadow those limitations. Right? You need to have this knowledge and understanding of this things. Um, when you reflect, the third is that you take actionable steps for better results. When you reflect, you take actionable steps for better results. When you reflect, you take actionable steps for better results. So you don't take actions that are going to move you forward without reflecting. Because you'd have questioned what you've already had. And when you question what you already have, you gain understanding. And when you gain understanding, you start taking actions that brings you to mastery. And you gain mastery, you get through a pattern that always brings you results. So you are very clear, very sure of what you're getting. Right. So to take actionable steps for better results, reflection helps you to be able to do that. Right. So that's where reflection brings you. And then importantly, the fourth, which is to align your actions with your values and goals. Align your actions with your values and goals. Align your actions with your values and goals. You always want to bring your actions into unity with your values and with your goals. You can't see that this is who I am and you're taking actions and doing something different. Right? People are not going to believe you. Right? You can't say that this is what I do and you're not doing that thing. You're doing something else. People look like this person is just playing. It's not serious. Right? So your actions must tally with your values and goals. Now, sometimes one may desire a particular thing or may want certain kind of values to be in his or her life, but because of the actions he has taken before now, right, those actions have accumulated and they've become like a habit in his life. And every time he finds himself taking those actions continuously, and those actions are limiting him or pulling him down or bringing him down, right? Now, for him to be able to really truly connect himself to the values that he wants to really train or attract in his life, he has to do something. He has to take his time to actually reflect, right? To reflect on every of his actions. And when he reflects on those actions, he has to connect them. Are these actions connected to my values? Are they connected to my goals? Are they connected to the life that I want to live? And if they are not, then he can make changes. Because now he understands that there are things that he is doing that are not right. Right? He is in awareness. That's what reflection does. It brings you awareness so they can take actions. Right? So this now saves that person from that limitation and takes him forward. Right? So it is very important and essential that every person, any person, should and must reflect. This is your game changer. This is your transformation, and this is your saving grace. All right. So get on from this day, from this time, to get on to reflect. Every time you find that opportunity, you find that time, do well to reflect. And you see the transcendent result that this would bring into your life. I thank you for joining and engaging with us. I trust you had a beautiful time today. I'd like to tell you some things that are very important moving forward that you can benefit. If you want to have a copy of this, what I just thought about on the power of reflection, um, the Untapped Resource Bank for Better Living, definitely there's a document that has every detail about all the things I discussed and even more expounds, examples, and everything you need to know. All right, you can get access to that. Just click on the link attached to this post if you're on Facebook, or you would see in the YouTube description a link that would bring you into my WhatsApp DM, and you'd have access to this document. Also, I lead a community of skill learners and professionals, all right, helping them to arrive at skill mastery and profitability. So you're looking out for yourself, you want to build your skill, you want to get your skill to the next level, you want to get your craft and your stuff to the next level, then I think this is a very good opportunity for you. All right, get on to join Skill Migraine Solutions and see yourself transcending and transforming the things that you're doing. All right, several persons have been part of the platform and their life has changed. Some persons are earning dollars now and doing very well with their craft. Some persons they've gotten great opportunities. Some persons, when they came, they were very not confident, and now they are crazily confident that they're doing marvelous and great things, right? Some persons their craft have been so sharp and that people are looking out for them. Right. So you can be able to achieve or arrive at this possibility when you become part of Skill Migraine Solutions. So the link is in the description. You get to click on it and you'll be part of Skill Migraine Solutions. Click on it, you get to fill a form and make a commitment, a payment commitment of 5,000 naira. That is $3, and you'll be part of Skill Migraine Solutions. This is going to transform your life forever. Just imagine 5,000 naira transform your life forever. That's like, I don't know how to put it now for you, but it's like a dash, right? So come in so that we can work together and see to your life transformation. I'm looking forward to having you be part of us. All right, this is one of my important expressions. We're having this engagement, the best life discussion, to help people to come out from that little place they are. Those persons that have potentials, but they are locked up with the barriers of the knowledge that they do not have, which is called ignorance. All right, we're looking out to bring those persons out from those shackles and from those limitations to a better life. All right, so always tune in for this engagement and get life transforming knowledge that will help you to pull out from your limitations and bring you to the place where you want to be. All right, this is your key to your transformation. I trust that you'd always get to engage. If you're yet to like, follow, subscribe, please do that immediately. And yeah, you can share this across to your social media platforms, to your friends. Let them get to see it and let them get to hear it if you want them to move forward. I'm sure this is very valuable to you. I'm sure it's going to be valuable to somebody else too. So thank you very much for tuning in with us. This will be the end of our engagement. You can always drop your comments about whatever thing you have about this, about reflection. I would like to get your feedback. Whatever you know about reflection that has maybe might not have been touched about this, or you want to pour in deeper insights, I would really love to get your thoughts. And which topic would you like me to treat the next time? You can just bring it on to the comments, and I'm going to look at them and see how we can do better with them moving forward. Thank you very much, and have a beautiful and amazing day. Bye.